Our Chicago Bears are in must-win mode now, okay? If we lose this game, the season is pretty much over. We are facing the 2-5 Los Angeles Chargers in a battle of two teams who have massively failed to live up to expectations this year. What's up, guys? I'm back with the Bears prediction videos. We are in week 8 at this point. We're nearing the halfway point of the NFL season. And so far, it's been pretty ugly in the Windy City, okay? Even though we're 3-3, and in previous years that would have seemed like a big positive, right? Being at 500 at this point, that is nowhere near a positive this year because we had Super Bowl expectations going into this year, and our offense particularly has completely let us down. And before I begin, getting into this Chargers Bears prediction, I want to address my last video, okay? The rant I made about Trubisky, which maybe looking back, it was a little bit too emotional, but I want to address that because I faced a lot of criticism after that video, okay? A lot of people started calling me a fake fan, a hypocrite, people threatening to unsubscribe, which I understand because, yes, we're all diehard fans. And, I get that you guys want to hear good stuff about your Bears and you want to support your team. But my responsibility is also to tell the truth to you guys. Like, I'm not going to lie to your faces. The stuff I said in that video, is pretty much true. Like, Trubisky missed a lot of wide open players in that game. He missed a lot of really easy reads. He did not look like a starting quarterback in the NFL in that game. And this has been going on for so long. Like, he has not progressed this year. So that, as much as it hurt me to make that video, the stuff I said in there was true. So if you don't want to hear the truth, I'm sorry, but I have to say it. Now, with all that being said, though, all of my family and friends watching this, all the people that have been subscribed for a long time, that have been watching me for a while, all of you guys know that deep down inside of me, right, deep down in the bottom of my heart, I still have that small, teeny tiny sliver of hope that somehow Trubisky can turn this all around. I don't know how he would do that because the evidence supports otherwise, but I have like a molecule of hope left at this point, and I'm going to hold on to that molecule, okay, until he's, gone from the team, I guess. So, for all you guys that are calling me a fake fan, I want this guy to be successful. I want him to prove me wrong, to prove everybody else wrong. I would like nothing better than to be called a clown by all of you for, bashing Trubisky because next game he goes off for like 500 yards or something. But we all know that's probably not going to happen, okay? So even though I invested so much emotional energy in this guy, I have his freaking jersey, okay? I wore this so many times. I made my first highlight video ever for Trubisky. I still love the guy. I'm rooting for him. It's just not likely he's going to be a good quarterback. But again, I hope he proves me wrong. With all that being said, though, let's take a look at the Chargers now, okay? The Los Angeles Chargers, who are a really, really bad football team right now, okay? They're 2-5. They were expected to be one of the contenders in the AFC this year going into the season because last year they had a lot of success, but they have not built on that success at all. They've been ravished by injuries again. Their offense has been nothing like it used to be. Phillip Rivers has not been able to do that much with the talent he has. And, they're on a 3-game losing streak right now, losing to really bad teams like the Steelers, the Broncos, the Titans. Those are some really bad teams to lose to. So this team, it's been injured, it's been bad. There is no reason why the Bears going into Soldier Field cannot beat this team. And again, like I mentioned before, this is a must-win game for the Chicago Bears. If they are serious about making the playoffs, they need to win a game like this because if they lose this, I will have no faith whatsoever that we can make the playoffs. Okay, because if you cannot beat a team like the Chargers, it's going to get really, really ugly. There's going to be controversy in the locker room. There might be trades. It's going to get really, really bad in the Windy City fast. So we need to go out there, win this game. And, I want to talk also about the players-only meeting that's supposed to happen today. I don't know if it happened yet. I haven't checked the news. But Eddie Jackson did call for a players-only meeting. So it seems like the players are really taking the situation seriously. You saw that locker room, right? They all love each other. They're brothers. This is really testing their brotherhood. And I think that, they can prevail, okay? If they all band together, they all focus their minds on accomplishing this goal, they can be back in contention. They can be back winning games. But again, we just need that capable offense. But with all that being said, though, let's get into my 3 keys to a Bears victory. Key number 1 is to run the damn football. All I've been hearing Matt Nagy say this entire last week is that I'm not an idiot. I know we have to run the football. And before that, in every press conference, he used to say, yes, I understand we need to get the run game going. I'm going to try harder. I know I have to get the run game going. Well, how do you get the run game going? You get it going by running the football, right? Talk is cheap. You can say that you're going to run the football, but I believe Matt Nagy gets too caught up in the moment of each game, right? He doesn't look at each game as, a 60-minute football game, right? He doesn't take into account, the entire game. Obviously, like, getting a 10, 15-yard pass here or there would be really nice, but it would also be really nice to get these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-yard rushes just over and over again throughout the game. The Bears right now, they rank 28th in the NFL in rushing attempts per game. They only run the ball about 21 times a game. And by no surprise, they also rank 28th in the NFL in rushing yards per game. So obviously, if you're not going to choose to run the football at all, you're not going to have a good run game. And guys, look, I understand that our offensive line has been playing really poorly, okay? It's nowhere near a good offensive line, and that, I understand that you have to have at least an average offensive line to be able to run the football effectively, and we're obviously never going to have an elite run game with an offensive line like this, but that doesn't excuse Matt Nagy from not choosing to run the football at all, okay? You cannot just abandon it completely and not even try to run it. Look, it doesn't have to be a home run every time, okay? Even if we only gain, 3, 4, 5 yards every single time we run the ball, that's enough to sometimes wear out the defense, and that can eventually lead to you hitting those home runs, right? Because if you only run it like a couple times here, a couple times there, they're never going to get into any sort of rhythm running the ball. David Montgomery is never going to get into his rhythm. He's never going to break a big one through because he's not getting the proper, sample size. He's not getting the proper opportunities to actually run. The Chargers have a bottom 10 run defense this year. They rank 22nd in the NFL in rushing yards allowed per game. So, this is a big opportunity for Matt Nagy and, our offense to get the run game going finally, because Chargers have allowed a lot of yards on the ground to running backs this year. And why should that not continue, okay? They don't have that elite defensive line that other teams have. And clearly, it's been hampering their team a lot. So, Matt Nagy, please stick with the run game throughout the entire game. If he runs the ball less than 10 times again, I'm going to blow a fuse on him. At that point, I'm going to seriously consider, handing over play call duties to somebody else, because it would clearly seem that Matt Nagy is just not serious about being a coach in the NFL. But hopefully that does not happen. Hopefully he tries to run the ball, 20, 25, maybe more times, okay? It obviously depends on how good the offensive line is playing, but even if they're not playing well, to not even give our running game a chance is just ridiculous. So Matt Nagy, run the football. Key number 2 is to get Mitch Trubisky on the move. Look, guys, I know in my last video I went on a rant against Trubisky, and, even though the things I said, they're still true, right? That, Trubisky is not proven at all to be a starting quarterback this season. He's, statistically one of the worst quarterbacks this year. He's not accurate at all. All of those things are true, but I do believe that Matt Nagy has been, a clear hindrance to Mitch Trubisky as well. He has also been, a part of this regression of Trubisky. Obviously, Trubisky has a lot of limitations himself, but Matt Nagy has not been able to put him in a position to succeed like he did last year. Mitch Trubisky went to the Pro Bowl last year because Matt Nagy gave him plays. He put him in positions where he could succeed. Guys, remind me, when has Mitch Trubisky been at his best? It's not in the pocket, it's as a runner, okay? When Mitch Trubisky is out running with the football, obviously getting those QB scrambles, getting those QB runs, but also, just running, throwing on the run, okay? Play action, bootleg, stuff like that, okay? That has clearly worked for him in the past, and I don't know why Matt Nagy has gotten away from all that. Matt Nagy is trying to turn Trubisky into a pure pocket passer, but that is never going to work, okay? At least so far, Trubisky has shown that he cannot be a pure pocket passer. He needs to be on the move, he needs to be running, because that gives him confidence. And we are not using his athletic abilities, okay? This kid can run. We saw Trubisky, he was one of the top rushing quarterbacks last year. But all that that has not happened this year, and I don't know why. Matt Nagy needs to remove those limitations from Trubisky. Let him run around. Let him run with the football. Let him run for the first down. Let him get first downs with his legs. And also let him throw on the run, because that's when also, he gains more confidence in himself. And right now, Trubisky really needs confidence if he wants to be a successful quarterback. And key number 3 is that we need to force turnovers on defense. I'm not saying that it would be nice to have turnovers. I'm saying that we need turnovers to be successful in this game. Why am I saying that? It's because our offense has proven that they're completely inept. Okay, we have one of the worst offenses in the entire NFL. How do you help out an offense like that? It's by forcing turnovers. And so far this year, our defense has not been able to do that like they did last year, okay? They rank 14th in the NFL in turnovers forced as a defense. I mean, they're far behind the Patriots, who are number 1 in takeaways. The Patriots have 22, which obviously they play some really bad teams, but the Bears being down at 14, only forcing 10 turnovers. I mean, with a defense this good, a defense I was expected to be one of the greatest of all time, with this much talent, that's not acceptable, okay? The defense needs to hold themselves accountable as well. I mean, obviously our running defense has suffered a lot with the loss of Akeem Hicks. And in coverage, I mean, the last 2 games, we have not been as good as we were before. I mean, those things are obvious, but the fact is that we also need to be looking at forcing turnovers as well. Our offense almost never has good field position because they can never gain yards and they can never gain first downs. How do you help them out as a defense? You help them out by gaining, crucial turnovers at crucial parts of the field, okay? When you're on the opposing team's 30-yard line, when they're backed up a little bit, if you get a turnover right there, that's going to help out your offense so much. So I want to see more aggression from this defense, more swagger, more of the swagger they had last year, because it seems like we kind of lost that swagger over the past 2 games. I think a lot of it is because we've been losing and our offenses look like complete garbage. So, that has an effect on the rest of the team. Our offense being so bad, it makes it harder for our defense to be out there because they're out there for so long because our offense can never put any sustaining drives out there. But, with how good this defense is, they cannot care about any of that. They have their pride on the line. They're being paid the most. Most of our money is invested in defense on this team. They're the monsters of the midway. It is time to stand up, force some turnovers, be that elite defense that you said you were at the beginning of this year. The Chargers have struggled a lot with turnovers this year. I mean, they lost the last game because Melvin Gordon fumbled on the goal line. The Chargers currently have how many turnovers? They have 12 giveaways this year, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 9th in the NFL, so they're not doing good in keeping the ball safe. So this is a prime matchup. Again, a matchup the Bears should exploit because they have not been able to keep the ball in their hands. And our defense, they need to be after that. All right, so there you have it. Those are the 3 keys to a Bears victory. If the Bears accomplish at least 2 of those keys, I feel like we are going to win this game. But let's get to my score prediction now. And I have the Chicago Bears beating the Los Angeles Chargers by a score of 17-14 in Soldier Field. The same exact prediction as last time, okay, against the Saints. But I guess this game it's more feasible because the Los Angeles Chargers are a really bad football team. But again, even as bad as the Chargers have been, I'm not picking the Bears to score more than 17 points in any game this year because until the offense proves they can, I'm not going to predict it because that would be dumb. So again, I think that Trubisky will have a better game than he did in the last game. Okay, last game he looked just absolutely god-awful, okay, just not doing anything at all. But this game I feel like we are going to run the ball a little bit more. We're going to have a little bit of success on the ground. Not too much, but at least a little bit more. Matt Nagy is going to get his head out of his ass and actually call plays for Trubisky that put him in a position to succeed. And we're going to, edge out a victory at Soldier Field. The Chargers, as bad as they are, they're going to put up a fight because they still have, they have talent at certain key positions, right? Joey Bosa is really good pass rusher still. And he's going to make life tough on Trubisky. And again, I do not trust our offense to really beat any team right now, but I feel that we can pull it out against a team like this. The MVP of this game I actually have being Allen Robinson. That's the only guy I can really pick on offense right now because, man, A-Rob has completely been balling out, okay? He's been one of the best receivers, I feel like. The only reason he doesn't have better stats than he has right now is because our offense has limited him severely, okay? If he was playing with Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson in a different offense, he would be going off right now, but he's stuck with this offense, so I feel bad for him, but he's still been able to make plays pretty much every game. I expect that to continue for this game. So that's going to wrap up my predictions. As always, leave your comments down below. I want to know what you guys have to say about this game, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if you think Trubisky can have a good game finally, if you think that our offense is finally going to show up. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below because I read all comments, so leave comments down below and talk with other Bears fans as well. But again, I really, really hope we win this game, okay? Because if we do not win this, our season is pretty much over. So everybody that's playing in this game, all the defense, the offense, they all need to get together. They all need to band together. They need to play Chicago Bears football. They need to take our season back because there is still a chance right now, okay? We are 3-3. Last year we went on a 5-game winning streak at this point. Why can we not do that again? I understand our offense has been bad, but forget all that, okay? Somehow we need to make it happen. And I believe, even if my belief is so small, I believe that we can make it happen. But that is all, and bear down.